story extends. Yeah. Names carved deep in the brick and stone. Every block legend built their throne. No crowns given, we take our claim. Every street corner still knows the name. Legends don't fade, they echo and steel. Concrete remembers what the papers conceal. This is the anthem, the fire, the pledge. Stories of the block live on the edge. Names carved deep in the brick and stone. Every block legend built their throne. No crowns given, we take our claim. Every street corner still knows the name. Legends don't fade, they echo and steel. Concrete remembers what the papers conceal. This is the anthem, the fire, the pledge. Stories of the block live on the edge. Footsteps heavy like drums on the pavement. History bleeds through abandoned basements. Every mural's a chapter, every crack's a scar. Legends written louder than the engines of cars. Eyes in the shadows, whispers in code. Respect is the language on this narrow road. Chains rush slowly, but the spirit won't break. Power in the silence and the moves we make. No statues raised, just candles and chalk. Every night sermon gets preached on the block. From dusk till dawn, the mist still ascends. Block legends never die, the story extends. Names carved deep in the brick and stone. Every block legend built that throne. No crowns given, we take our claim. Every street corner still knows the name. Legends don't fade, they echo and steel. Concrete remembers what the papers conceal. This is the anthem, the fire, the pledge. Stories of the block live on the edge.
Yo, welcome back to another midweek market update. Running a little late tonight. Wife had some late meetings and she's like right behind me on her computer, so I had to give her space because obviously work comes first. But we're back. We're here just a little bit late tonight, but it's okay. We're gonna keep running it through and we're gonna get our midweek market update done. Wow, I can't speak today. What's going on, everybody? Welcome in. Hope you guys are doing well. Welcome to the stream. All right, let's get into it. Let's look, without further ado, let's just fucking break into the markets because we made new all-time highs. I took some risk off the market. If you guys are following me on X, make sure you guys are following me on X. It's at modern CDN, and I took some chips off the table, guys. I sold a couple altcoins that I didn't really care about, like some spec things that I was kind of holding out for, but they haven't really done much this bull market. So I sold them, stabled up in a bunch of things, kept all my conviction stuff, my altcoins, all my conviction stuff, all the blue chips. And I sold some Bitcoin, guys. I sold, about 0.2 BTC. I sold 0.1 BTC just to put in the stables, but I have 1.1 BTC that I'm kind of swing trading in and out, so I'm kind of anticipating maybe a potential move to the downside, and that's what I'll get in, and I'm going to show you guys that right now. So let's get into it, and I'll show you guys what I was talking about, what I am talking about potential move to the downside. So I've been looking at Bitcoin. Let's start from the big picture and work our way down. So if you guys saw, I posted a video yesterday on YouTube, on X, and everything, and I kind of went through, our potential pattern here. This is on the weekly chart, and what I saw here was a rising wedge. A rising wedge tend to break down more often than they don't. Right? I'll show you rising wedge pattern. Yeah, man, rising wedges, they tend to break down. They are reversal patterns, right? So make sure you guys keep your eyes peeled on that, because it's very possible it's very possible that this could break to the downside. Not to say that we can't have new all-time highs. We very well could. Like the top of this channel is 132,000, and if we kind of like bounce around this channel here, and we can get up to basically 140, 141,000, right? Very possible. So we got to keep our eye out. We got to prepare ourselves, on which was the whole idea of the video, is prepare yourselves for as many scenarios as possible. Shave off risk when you can, and make sure you have, you know, eggs in all the baskets, kind of thing, right? So I took a little profit. We hit all-time highs twice here. I took some profits there, and you know, if every time you took profits at every all-time high, you would have just been fine. But so looking at the rising wedge here, now if we break to the upside and we invalidate this, and maybe it's just like a bull flag, you know, you can potentially go up to 233,000. So I'm still like playing with this idea here. This is why I'm not fully out of the market. You shouldn't be fully out and fully in. You gotta, you know, manage your entries and exits accordingly. So what I'm looking at here is potential. Hopefully we can get back to the top side, but on the weekly we're starting red here. We got 3 days, well, not starting, but we got 3 days left of this weekly candle, and it's kind of like an indecision doji. It's kind of looking like it's doesn't know where it wants to go. So we'll have to see if that reverts back down to the 21-day moving average, which is about 114,000. I got some alerts here around 119 and 117. So we'll see what happens if we can, you know, get past that. We're under the wicks, but we do have support here at 119 for the weekly. So the weekly has a lot of support at 119. So that's kind of where I'm going with this. Even if we go sideways for another week and don't just let the 21 naturally come up and you know, touch it, and then we can pop back to the top of the channel again around 130 something thousand. That's my number. My number is around 130, 135,000 to pull out a pretty significant chunk of profits, and then the rest I just let ride. We'll see where this market goes. But keep your eye out for that rising wedge pattern, up to the upside, to the downside. We got to be, you know, present for that. We got to make sure that, you know, that could very, very well happen, right? And are we? I'm just looking at this now. Are we starting like an? So keep your eye on that too. Again, this may not happen, but I'm just kind of like playing with ideas here. Let's move our ways down to the daily. Again, I still see my rising wedge here, but again, we have to, we have made a higher low, right? So as long as we continue this trend, like I'm good with it, right? And you know, we have another rate cut in October. We have a lot of bullish things coming for Bitcoin, so it's very hard for me to believe that we're gonna top out. But again, we could bounce around here until basically January. Like this could go all the way to January. We can just go sideways. Well, sideways and up, but not the typical bull run, you know, we're expecting. We're expecting a blow off top or some crazy mayhem. I will tell you on the daily, the stochastic RSI is curling over. RSI is coming back down, so you got to keep your eye on that. And you also see the MACD starting to lose its green here, and it's going to start to flip in the red soon. So keep your eye on that. We're at this, you know, we're right here, so we can gap down again. This is where I'm leaning towards that 119, because the VRVP, it's kind of a gap right here, and again, gaps basically right up to like what 119 area, 119.8, 119.7. That's my first target, and we could very well come to the 21 again, right? Like we didn't quite touch it, we came close to it, so we could be doing something like this and just, you know, getting to the 21, which would actually be bullish in my opinion, because if that's the case, we do something like this, and then 136,000 would be the measured move there. So that's a very, very good possibility, but that's going to need some time for this to come back down, and this is going to come back down a little bit too, right? We've been pumping hard for a while. How many days? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days. So it makes sense that we start to cool off, and either go sideways or have a little bit of a a little bit of a pullback. Very normal. I personally don't think this market is over. It's like Q4 just started. Like it just started. So a little bit of cool off is fine in my books, even if we take a week or two to cool off and then come back at the end of October and like things go flying at the end of October into November, and then maybe a cycle top in November like we have before, or December, who knows. So that's what I'm looking at for Bitcoin. And then we also got to make sure we're looking at Bitcoin dominance, because Bitcoin dominance looked like it had found a bottom and it started a new uptrend here. And so looking at those two, that's where I would go and look and see the money is flowing back into Bitcoin as long as Tether dominance is going down. So the macro downtrend ended. This seemed like this was the bottom, and this was the reversal right here. So Bitcoin dominance making its way up. Like I said, we're gonna have that rotation back into Bitcoin, and we're gonna have its next or last leg up to its cycle top. And I think you're starting to see the beginning of this now. Right, and maybe we get all the way up to the 200-day moving average, and that's it. 62% rollover and altcoin season, baby. Okay, so Tether dominance. I had Tether dominance again, still in a macro downtrend. So I am still bullish on the downtrend for Tether dominance. Now, what I'm looking at here on my daily chart is this channel here. So it looked like we came down. It looked like we were going to continue all the way down to my target at 3.51. But I did say last week, if we come down, if we break through and we go through to the target, great. But we could also, this could also be a bounce. This could also be another bounce to the top of the channel. So I'm seeing the 200-day moving average kind of like curling down this way. So what I could see happening is Tether dominance do something like this and then hit the 21 again, lose it, come back up, hit the 21, lose it, and then roll over, right? Or it can even do something like this. It'll come up, get rejected by a 200-day moving average, and then roll over. Like it could happen even sooner, but this almost kind of looks like we might bottom out here, like right, or even a double bottom. We come down here, come up here, bottom here, and then go back up to the 200-day moving average, get rejected, and then do something like this, and kind of head and shoulders, and we're down, right? That actually kind of makes sense. That makes more sense to me. So look for it to do something like this right here, a double bottom. So come here, go up, double bottom, go back up to the 200-day moving average, come back down, make a lower high, and then roll over, and then head and shoulders break down to the downside of this basically bearish rectangle here. So that starts to make sense. So we start playing with these ideas, and we start to try to forecast what we see happening. I would love for this just to fucking roll over now. Honestly, I'm ready to go, man. I'm ready for a cycle top. I'm ready to see craziness happen, FOMO happen, and I just want the altcoins to go. I've been sitting pretty since 2022. I'm ready to start taking some profits here. All right, so you gotta watch this. These are my bread and butter here: Bitcoin dominance, Tether dominance. And what I've been looking at is Bitcoin on the hourly. We're just kind of waiting to see what happens here, because are we having a bear flag? That's my question, or a rising wedge here. Actually, you can even say we have a little bit of a rising wedge and we're breaking down to the downside, and everything lines up with my target around 119. Right, 119 is the next target. I'm thinking we're gonna dump more than we're gonna go up. I think we're gonna cool off, and it makes sense to me. We're gonna lose the 1 hour 200-day moving average. It just kind of looks like that's gonna happen, and we'll have to find a bottom when it happens, and that's gonna give us time for the RSI and the stochastics to reset. We need this to happen, guys. We need this to happen. So 119, again, whether we stop there and make another bear flag, and we're starting to trend, like you can see, like I've noticed these kind of things here, like, and you see time and time again, when you start to really zoom in on the time frames, you start to see like, things that happen over and over and over, right? You tend to see, let me see if I can zoom in here, if you guys can see it. I didn't want to move my R. So you see price will move up, right? So price will move up, make a flag, come up, make a flag, come up, you know, and consolidate up until you have a top, and then you make some sort of topping pattern, right? But what I've noticed overall is it makes these like arches. It's kind of like a roller coaster, the way you think about it. You know, you're going up the roller coaster, clack, 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 and it starts to round, and wee. That's the way I look. That's the way my brain works. So that's the way my brain works. It kind of feels like that, and it happens time and time again. You can just kind of go to the charts and see these kind of things where, again, this one didn't arch. This was more violent, but you start to see this stuff over and over, and I'm seeing it here again. I'm starting to see, you know, we had a nice uptrend. The uptrend is you know, pump up, consolidate, pump up, consolidate, up, consolidate. This was super bullish. We consolidated upwards. Pump up, consolidate, pump up, consolidate, pump up. Like that's the uptrend. That's what an uptrend looks like. And then now we've kind of gone off the top. We've started the round here. Now we're making this, right? And we're coming down. Like that's just what it looks like to me. And you know, for the first stop would be 119 in my opinion. So I would look for Bitcoin if you're going to get a short in, and it's happening right now. It's dumping in our faces right now, guys. So you could try and get a short in if you want. A little late for mine. I would have loved to get in earlier, but even if you do get it, you put it to 119. You know, and then you would put your stop loss probably. Yeah, you can put your stop loss somewhere around here, or no, we'll do this. We'll put it in the middle of this wick right here. Put it right in the middle here. So it has to go back into the pattern for this to invalidate. And then, you know, that's a 4.2 risk versus reward ratio, and you know, get your short in for Bitcoin, right? Or you can wait until we lose the 200-day moving average, put a short above the 200-day, and then just write it down, right? But yeah, I'm looking at Bitcoin to actually dump here, guys. I'm not looking overly bullish right now, and it's literally happening as we speak. Again, rising wedges break down to the downside. You're seeing this live, so you're seeing the rising wedge fail, and this is what I was talking about with, you know, on the weekly here for Bitcoin, that you have a rising wedge, and ultimately it may fail, and then that's it. Like that might be in a bull run. Like we may not just bounce around here. Like we might be almost done. This is what I'm saying. So you have to keep that in the back of your head, because, you know, Q4, just because things happened before doesn't mean they're going to happen again. But again, it's Q4. I still think we have one more bounce to the top of the channel, 134, 135, and that's it. But it's what I've been holding on to for a while now. But I will always keep some Bitcoin around just in case we blow off and go up to 200 something thousand, because God, I would love to see that. All right, so Bitcoin, guys, looking like it's going to come down, and I think I saw some. You look at the 1 hour. I think we're just playing around with certain. You just got to look at your support and resistance, guys. So right now we're fighting with the top of this consolidation. I started to also notice that when you come down, you stop at certain tops. So the top of this move right here, we're kind of fighting with that area right there. So it looks to me like we're gonna lose it. So we're gonna lose it. We're probably gonna stop right here at 120, which would line up roughly around the 200-day moving average, right? If we lose the hourly 200-day moving average, you're probably gonna go all the way down to, again, 118.8, right around there. It'll be around here, and then around here, and then around here. Like, you know what I mean? That's where you can put lines. You can press Alt H on TradingView and just put horizontal lines on each one of these tops up from the consolidations, and you have your moves, right? You can see where your support and resistance, where it's going to go, and where it could bounce off of. So you can look at, if you want to get a long in, you wait for it to slow down and bounce off one of those support lines, and then and you go from there, and that's when you would probably put a long in. And let's see if we pull a fib, just out of curiosity. Fib here to the top, So 618 would be right around 115.9. 786 would be 112. That'd be crazy. Go to 112. What would that look like on a 4-hour? Just out of curiosity. So the 618 kind of lines up with just confirm this. Yeah, the 618 lines up with your 200-day moving average on the 4-hour. So we could very well come down to the 4-hour 200-day moving average at 115, and yeah, that could very well be a possibility. So again, I think we're starting a downtrend. I think we might start a downtrend that might last maybe a week or two. So keep your eyes peeled for that, and yeah, watch for the shorts. That's what I'm looking at. That's where I'm at. The more I see it, the more I believe we're going down, and I think this is going to be the start of this downtrend right here, this breakdown right here. I would love for it to keep going up, but what goes up must come down. Okay, let's take a look at ETH again. If Bitcoin's dumping, then ETH is going to dump too. Right here, I kind of see like a head and shoulders, right? Or if not, this is definitely a tower top, and then we came down, so that makes sense. Let's look at the daily for ETH. Man, it has been a struggle. It's been really a struggle. I just want to see a $5,000 ETH. Is that so hard to ask for? Looks like we're going to come back down to the bottom of this channel potentially. We can come back down to 41.82 and bounce in this channel and continue to get tight. I still like this pattern. I still like where we are. This is not a rising wedge. This is good. It's been freaking choppy as heck, I'll tell you that. But ultimately, I have this going to like 57. So still kind of messing around with my pattern. You can almost kind of redraw it like that. Yeah, this was weird. This was definitely like a liquidity grab or something. But yeah, I gotta watch this pattern on the daily. Again, stochastic curling over, RSI again curling down, MACD again losing momentum. We're right here, so if we lose this, there's a gap right here back to 43.40. If we lose that, we can get down to 41.82. Boom, right at my target, bottom of the channel. So keep our eyes on that. And right now we're kind of like farting around with this support right here, right around here. Let's go to the 4-hour. Yo, Habib, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. How's your night going tonight, or day? I don't know where you're from, but welcome in. All right, Ethereum on the 4-hour. We are above the 200-day moving average, which is nice. But again, it kind of looks to me like we're making a little bit of a bear flag, rising wedge, something like that, which ultimately could roll over. Again, if Bitcoin's going to go down, so is Ethereum. And we're looking at 42.11 for potential short to the downside. So keep your eye on that. We might have a little bit of a correction coming. But I will tell you, on the 4-hour, the stochastic is on the bottom curling up. The RSI is curling down, so we got to wait for this to slow down, and we got to wait for the MACD to flip green again. So keep your eye on that. What I'm hoping for is Bitcoin actually just kind of goes sideways, because if Bitcoin goes sideways, then it's okay for altcoins, and then you'll see Bitcoin dominance kind of drop off a bit, and then you'll see altcoins start to go. But we got to really watch this tether dominance. This is very, very important, right? If tether dominance starts to make its way back up to the top of this channel, we have to understand that is a market correction, and Bitcoin dominance will also go down or go up. If Bitcoin dominance also goes up, then you're looking at a full market correction. Everything's going to go down, right? And Bitcoin will always stay the strongest. So ETH, again, it still looks to me like we can come down. We don't even have to go to the bottom of the channel. We can even get stopped out at the 200-day moving average around 43.67, 43.70, somewhere around there. All right, Cardano, what is happening with this coin? My goodness, I feel like it's been a million years since we've had a Cardano at a buck. Let's see, we were at $1 back in August, and then before that we haven't been basically at a buck. Well, that's not true. Well, yeah, we haven't been at a buck since like March. Hit $1.32 is as high as we got. Freaking crazy, guys. So what I'm looking for Cardano to do is consolidate. It's still in its consolidation pattern. I did notice this last bull market that like Cardano would like have a move and like do nothing for months, and then all of a sudden rippage. So we got to be patient with these things. Everyone's saying Cardano is a dead chain. When everybody says that, that's kind of what I'm like. Yeah, I'm my investment's good here, right? Maybe that's me. I'm programmed to go against the herd. So Cardano consolidating in our pattern, still following the pattern, still respecting the top and the bottom of the channel. So as long as it's in my structure, I have to say we're good. Until it breaks structure, then I will change my thought process. But right now, looks like we're potentially making a move back to the bottom of the channel, or we're going to kind of revert back up here. We're kind of in the middle. So I don't know which way it wants to go. But on the 4-hour, we are below the 200-day moving average, which is not great. But the moving averages are getting really nice and tight. Stochastic coming up, RSI pointing down, MACD kind of starting to flip up again. So I don't know, maybe Cardano can have a little bounce here. But ultimately, in the long range of things, like I'm not going to get into a trade right now. Like for Cardano, I'm going to look to get in a little towards the end of this consolidation. I want this volatility to start really getting tight. And if I believe I'm going to go long, I'm probably going to do something like this. I'm going to get in around the middle of the channel, kind of around here, but like close to where it consolidates. I'm going to put my target right up to the target here, and my stop loss is going to be right down there, right here, right? So that is a 8.99 risk versus reward ratio. You can even bring your stop loss right down here. You can go 5.45 to 1 risk versus reward ratio. Excuse me. That'd be a pretty nice trade if you were to do something like that. But I'm gonna wait. Like this could go all the way. Like I'm looking at the end of October essentially at this point. End of October, beginning of November before the end of this pattern. So watching and waiting. I haven't been doing a lot of leverage trades. I'll be honest. I did a couple swing trades here and there when we hit all-time highs. Kept a little extra cash from the swing trades, but honestly, I haven't seen anything super exciting for leverage trading. Give me 1 second. All right, yeah. So I haven't seen anything overly crazy. I have certain patterns that I like to trade. I haven't really seen them. Obviously, except for the week we have been pumping up. So now we're waiting for a bottom or the start of a downtrend, and maybe I'll get some shorts in. I'm in the wrong scene here. Like, what are we doing here? Are we even displaying the charts to you guys? My goodness. All right. Let's look at Chainlink. Chainlink is another good one. I haven't looked at Chainlink in a while, so let's see what happened here. We had a falling wedge. We broke out the falling wedges. These are my patterns. I love these patterns. Broke out of the falling wedge and we kind of rolled over. And then we reversed course and we're on maybe a new uptrend here. We're right at the 4-hour, 200-day moving average. I really do like that. So we can even say, is this like a... Say it's like a bullish rectangle. We're going to ignore this right now. Maybe move back to the down bottom of this channel again at like 21.6. But I like it. I like the consolidation here. Move up to $25 is possible. We got to get above this 4-hour, 200-day moving average. We need to start, the altcoins need to start getting above certain moving averages for me to get really bullish. Like where we are on the daily, like we're above the daily 200-day, so that's good. We're above the daily 200-day moving average. I do like that. So that's really good. We can even do we can even do it at the bottom here. We can do something like this. We came down here, bottom, then we do something like this, Adam and Eve double bottom, then on the way up we go. So that's possible. So I'd keep your eye out for that. Again, it's the altcoin. It's not time for the altcoins yet. It just really isn't. I don't see how we're there yet. But we're getting close. Like, you know, they're setting up. They're starting to set up for their moves. But again, you need some of these RSIs and stochastics to reset. Actually, no. Let's take a look at total 3. All right, so I believe this is the right there. So this is what we're looking at. We're looking at total 3. We kind of just peaked out finally, but are we gonna like actually be able to hold this? That's the question. Kind of looks like we could have like maybe an inverted head and shoulders, maybe. No, head, shoulder, shoulder, with a move like that, potentially up to 1.29 trillion. So possible, very possible. I like that. Yeah, look for that, guys. Look for a potential inverted head and shoulders for the total 3. So we could have a nice move for altcoins here. Again, Bitcoin's got to settle down. It's got to find some sort of stableness to it by going sideways. We got to make sure it's going that it's going sideways, not continuing on a downtrend. So this is what's very, very important to watch. This is why tether dominance. I always come back to tether dominance because this will tell you what to do. But total 3 looks pretty good. Yeah, total 3 looks pretty good. Again, as long as we stay above this line, which is nice, a big resistance. Or do we do something like this? Do we do like a consolidation again, like that, right? And we have this. We could have a huge cup and handle, right? So that could happen. Again, every scenario we can think of, we try to plan for, and we just map it out. Just play around in the charts, you map it out, and you try to figure out, you know, what you think could happen. But it's very bullish that we're above here, so we're just got to continue to be above here. We're fighting with this right here, so we need to get above this. So what I'm hoping for is that we touch the 21-day moving average, and it's off to the races. That's what I'm hoping for right here. They have a nice pop off, and then, you know, boom, 131, 129 trillion, and alts have a really, really good time. And that's usually what happens. Bitcoin makes all-time highs. People sell Bitcoin, money flows back into altcoins, and then, you know, and then altcoins catch up. And we could really use altcoins popping off. What's going on? What's going on, Vicky? Like and repost. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. I appreciate you for coming in and checking out the midweek market update. All right, what are we gonna look at next? Let's look at AVAX. All right, AVAX here. I had in a head and shoulders. If you guys saw my X, I did post this. I said look for AVAX to come back probably around the $25 here, and it kind of looks like it's happening. We did roll over. We did come out of this head and shoulders. It is popping, coming down. And it kind of looks like we're making a little bit of a rising wedge or bear flag. And, you know, ultimately, you're looking at this come down and would pretty much come to my target, 26,190. So I think this head and shoulders is playing out. We're going to go to 4 hours. We're going to zoom in on this move here. So there's my head and shoulders that I drew. Looks to me like we are continuing the downtrend. Make a lower high, and we're going to make a lower low. So you can even, again, you can short this right here. Again, this would be a small trade. Yeah, I probably wouldn't trade this at this point. It's a little late. I would have liked to get it. Like, you would have got in when I called it right here, and you would have put the target down here, and then your stop loss would have been above these wicks here. And then you would have had a 3.57 risk versus reward ratio. It's a little late to get in right now. But we are making a bear flag. Look for $25, 25.5 for AVAX. It's just a matter of time. And honestly, that's probably where I'm gonna be probably rotating some of my profits in the AVAX. I feel like I'm underexposed to AVAX, so I'll be looking to get in there. The bull market is not over. Lots of time left, so at least for altcoins. Bitcoin may hit a cycle top, but altcoins are still, in my opinion, still going to go up. Obviously, this is not financial advice. But yeah, so I still think some movement to the downside. MACD flipping bearish, RSI coming down, stochastic coming down, so still looking pretty bearish for AVAX. Again, I'm not really seeing anything that's super bullish that's standing out, at least on my watch list. If there's a chart you guys want to see, just hit me up in the chat and I will get that in for you. All right, let's take a look at Crow. I got a Crow trade going on right now. I'm still in this trade. I am holding this trade as long as I freaking can. We were up like 50% at one point, but we're up 14% right now. Still in this trade. Not giving up on it. I got a really good stop loss. I got a stop loss right here at like 1.7 cents. So I feel like we may not come back to that level. But again, we'll have to see where we go. But I'm holding. I took a trade in Bitcoin. I won that trade. So this trade, I can lose this trade and I'm still in profit. So it's just a matter of risk management here. All right, let's see. Oof, what are we seeing here? Not even that looks terrible. Kind of feels like we just broke down, right? Yeah, I don't even know what that is. That's just weird. Oh my god, this new update for TradingView drives me nuts. It keeps drawing when I don't want to. Okay, that makes more sense. I like that better. Yeah, so we're looking at the 1 hour here. Bullish rectangle potentially. This could, bring us, up to, 2.1 cents, depending on how some people measure from here, some people measure from here. So 2.1, 2.2 cents. I like that. Or sorry, not 2.2, 22 cents or 21 cents would be nice. For Crow, again, I'm holding this to 40 cents. I really do believe we're gonna hit 40 cents. I just hope I don't get stopped out before. But even honestly, I'm just gonna keep taking stabs at it. We do need to get above that. We're below the hour 200-day moving average, so not great. RSI coming down. Stochastics on the hourly is getting close to the bottom, so I like to see that. I like to see a move to the upside in the next couple days potentially. Stochastics on the 4 hour, again, kind of curling over. We need to kind of bottom out. The RSI is coming down quite a bit. That's really good. So we have to watch that. If we get into the red again, that's gonna be really nice. Because look at that, every getting into red, you just rip up. So Crow might look like it. Like we're fighting with this point of control in the VRVP. If we can get up here to 21 cents, like there's a pretty nice gap right up to 23 cents. So, and if we get past here, then there's a nice gap up to 25 cents. So I can definitely see, a nice move for Crow. All your posts like and repost done. Oh man, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I'll definitely have to send you a follow. Appreciate you. All right. So overall, my thought process here for the market is Bitcoin looking like we're potentially starting a downtrend. We're starting with a rising wedge that looks like it's breaking down literally as we speak. It looks much better on the hourly. So yeah, so look for the 200-day moving average to maybe stop us for a bit. And we're coming down to the 200-day moving average on the 1 hour. I don't see how we aren't. So 121.3, we're definitely coming down there. I'm pretty confident on that. And if we lose it, look for us to go to 119. That's our first stop. So a little bit of a pullback for Bitcoin after 6 days of absolute mayhem and new all-time highs. So feels good. Hopefully this is just a quick consolidation before we make the next leg up, because I feel like at some point we're gonna have to rip up like crazy. Like we're coming to the end of the year. But yeah, so I look at Bitcoin to come down. I expect the altcoins to also go down until Bitcoin finds some stability and starts to go sideways. Then I could see Bitcoin dominance kind of rolling over a little bit, and the altcoins starting to have a little bit of playing catch up. But guys, that's my midweek market update. That's what I'm looking at for the market. Keep your eye out for your trends, the Bitcoin dominance and the Tether dominance. Because that's where you wanna really pay attention. If especially Tether dominance, if we start making our way back to the upside, guys, here, you might have to start putting the shorts in, because I already showed you a potential short on Bitcoin, which is down to 119, guys. All right, that's the midweek market update. We're gonna play some games now. And let's chill. Let's just have some fun. So Friday we have the new Battlefield coming out, which is pretty sick. And I'm definitely looking at playing that. So excited. So I feel like I want to get into maybe like repractice a shooter game or something. I don't know. Or do I just play League? Maybe I'm just gonna play League. I'm lazy. I shouldn't say I'm lazy. League is like not like easy stuff, but I don't know. League is my go-to. You guys have like video games that are just your go-to games that you can go back to over and over? That's League for me. Listen, update. There's a little update. I'm curious, anybody in the chat, what target do you have for Bitcoin going this cycle? Where do you believe realistically that you think that market's going to go to? I personally believe, like conservatively, again, I'm at that 135 level, 130, 135, maybe 140, but I'm pretty stuck on that. Conservatively. Bullishly, I think 180 maybe can spill into 190, 200, or 200, based on if you have a blow off top, it just gets really overheated. But I think more realistically, if we are gonna go above 140, 180, 170, 180. I'll play ranked. I haven't played ranked in a minute. So let's go try hard mode. I'm gonna play ranked. Supports. Secondary mid. Yeah. I haven't played ranked in a while. Wish me luck. I think I still have. Yeah, I still have Blitz. So Blitz is a program that helps me, picks my runes for me, and helps me with items for the game. So, cause honestly, I don't play this game enough to remember all the builds. I used to be in the loop, but I'm out of the loop now when it comes to items and new updates. So this thing does it for me. Did it not open? Oh, it didn't open. Oh. Oh, it did open. What? Starting a little patch 25.17, we removed our enemy summoner spell tracker over. Oh, that's fine. Whatever. I don't give a shit. All right, let's get some arse. Speaking of which, let's take a look real quick while we're waiting for a game. Let me get a new browser here. Hold on. Battlefield 6. Is this gonna be on Steam? Maybe I can download it from Steam. Let me see. I feel like this is something I might want to free download. Why? Did I not open Steam? Oh, it's updating. Updating Steam. So I was at an AVAX event a couple weeks ago, and I played Valorant. Ooh, I haven't played Valorant since it was released, like the first year it came out. Still good though. I like it. I might get back into Valorant. It kind of reminds me of like Counter-Strike with abilities. So a little bit of like I guess Overwatch and Counter-Strike. Just because it has the same type of game modes. Oh, we found a game. What is happening? Pick your champion. Support. We're gonna go Nami. Nami's my go-to. Alright, let's see. Battlefield 6. Ooh, Battlefield 6 is on here. $89. Man, remember when games used to be like $49? Swap, order. Yeah, sure, whatever. Ban a champion. Seraphine is kind of annoying.
Okay.
Beauty, I'm good. None of my stuff was banned. I'm gonna get counterpicked so hard though. Mundo. Okay, we're going Nami. Fuck it.
Decide what the tide will bring.
All right, so let's go back to Steam real quick. All right, Battlefield 6 coming October 10th. Pre-purchase Battlefield 6 Standard Edition. Pre-purchase Phantom Edition. What the hell's Phantom Edition? I really can't justify paying $120 for a game. I don't even give a shit what game it is. I'm not a big fan. I don't really care about DLCs. I just want to play the game. Am I weird? Yeah, I'm down. I can't wait to jump into this. I hope my computer can handle it. That's the only thing I'm freaking worried about. My CPU is a little outdated. I upgraded it. It's newer, but I have to get a whole new motherboard to get the new generation of CPU. So I don't want to change my whole build. I have a good graphic card, so I got a 3080 Ti. I think that's still pretty good. It's crazy how expensive graphic cards are now. Like ever since 2021 happened, oh my goodness, they have just been so expensive. And AI, obviously AI is, it's funny, like Ethereum is no longer mineable, but graphic cards didn't really come down too much in prices because AI has taken over the demand for for graphic cards, which is insane. I was actually looking at potentially building an AI rig for to make some side cash. But I don't know. I don't think it's sustainable, because the way I look at it, like when you build an AI rig, and maybe if anybody knows, like I'm down to like learn about it a little bit better, but from what I understand, you have to get jobs. So someone has to rent your AI rig, your compute power, right? Now you're not always getting a job unless you have graphic cards that are in high demand. Now the problem is, every year or every 2 years, you're getting new graphic cards coming out. So I feel, and the demand for AI continues to grow because it's still so new. So the way I look at it is, you're gonna buy a rig, and by the time you even are, say it takes you a year to return your investment, you're going to actually not be able to keep up pace, because I feel like the new graphic cards and the new machines are going to be the ones in high demand, and you'll be in low demand. Oh, they're up. So that's, for me, I don't think it's sustainable. All right. Are we leaving? Oh, we're staying here, right? Where's he going? Oh, he's warding. Okay, so we know their jungle's top, at least. Ashe and Braum. Ooh. This is gonna be interesting. Yeah. Dude, I haven't seen a guy play Braum in so long. Holy hell. Their team is so tanky, though. Oh, these guys are funny. They bundled up. They made it so easy for me to bubble them both. Honestly, I thought I was just going to get the Braum. Getting Ashe was actually pretty sick. Shit. Oh, no. Oh. Yes. Double kill. Worth. Totally worth it. Okay. Yeah, that was kind of worth it. On freaking on Jinx, that's like super freaking worth it. YouTube. Yeah, they're making it so easy for me to bubble them. I thought I fucked up. Well, I did fuck up. I honestly did. I could have probably fucking survived that. I probably blew my exhaust too early and on the wrong person. Because if I just exhausted there, Ashe would have died right away. and yeah, and then she probably wouldn't have had enough damage. And I also screwed up my skill order. I didn't have my E. If I had my E, I would have actually been really nice.
The ocean will sweep them away.
Killing spree.
Silence is doing good.
Shut down. An enemy has been slain.
Claim them. Sure as the
An ally has been slain.
Dude, we're fucking destroying them. We're destroying them. Or I'm destroying. This is why I play support. I don't play ADC anymore. I can carry so much harder as a support player. What is that?
Enemy has been slain.
Guess I owe you now. Faster than my arrow? I cannot. Feet are strange.
Well played, sir. Well played. Well played. How close are we to 6? Okay, I need more of this. I need boots. Let's get that. Sweeper? We're not ready for sweeper yet. Damn, I'm not ready for sweeper yet. My god, Braum is only level 4.
An ally has been slain.
People in their air.
They already have all, bro. You're dead.
There's always another way.
Got him. Man, we are just crapping all over them, which is weird because they got a good team comp. Let's hope that keeps up in the mid game though. Shit, bad idea. Don't go that way. Go this way. Oh, I was like, why are my frames per second so low? I'm at 45 frames per second. Oh no, we're back up now.
An ally
Ooh,
has been slain.
he's got like no
An enemy
magic
has been slain.
or no mana left. We're doing all right.
I still hear the song.
Are we doing? Are we back in here? Okay. I'm with you. What can I buy? I can buy... Ooh, I can buy this. I can get Sweeper now. That's a good buy. God, I still have my potions. I haven't even used any of my potions. Okay, this push, we should freaking knock out their things. 1 second. Gonna get some vision here. She's missing.
My people are counting on me.
Where the fuck did they go?
Shut down.
Probably mid. I should have gone up with him.
Ally has been slain.
Ugh. A little late.
I'll find my path.
Ah, fuck's sakes.
You fought a nice fight.
Ah, I was a little behind.
Possible outcome.
Yeah, that was totally my bad. I shouldn't have gone to the tower. I should have gone straight up with Jinx. You know what? Maybe I'll grab Lucidity first, and then I need 500 to finish this out. Yeah. Let's push 4 o'clock.
Now or never.
We got this. We got this. Mid's MIA.
People and their air.
I got my ult back. Nice.
Will soon fall.
Dude, I'm loving this playlist, man. I love the synthwave. Evelyn's here.
Quit flopping around.
Too easy. Too easy.
Destroyed a turret. Your turret has been destroyed.
There's always another way.
Now I can finally use my potions.
An enemy has been slain.
That's fucking funny. Alright, let's get out of here. Well, this is going swell. Feels nice when you have games like this. Alright, first item done. Alright, let's move to ability to power, ability haste, movement speed. Yeah, I do like that actually. I don't want the movement speed actually, not gonna lie.
I still hear the song of the sea.
I like being fast and agile.
Unstoppable.
Damn, that Evelyn's killing it, man. Alright, let's see if we can get this Ash again here. We got bot tower, we don't need to linger here. We can start roaming now. Alright, there they are.
Wash them away.
Nice, that's a good idea. Take Scuttle.
I will see my home again.
Perfect. We gotta go help. Oh, we can't make. I can't make it there.
An ally has been slain.
Shit, dude.
Killing spree.
Ash is there. Brahm's alone.
Quest beckons.
Do we want to overextend here?
I'll find my path.
Where are they? There's Ash. Alright, let's shove this mid lane. Damn, I lost passive there.
An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
Where the hell's that going?
Now or never.
You're dead. Jinx just melts towers, man. Just absolutely melts them.
Hits the spot.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Easy peasy. Ah, blue's not up.
Has destroyed a turret.
Shove this top wave.
You're going to do great. Let's fight.
It's so easy. Oh man, I am just landing everything today.
See something? Learn something.
Enemy has been slain.
Your Jinx is on fire right now. Good push. That was a really good push. That was a lot of gold. Holy shit. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Swim against the current.
Yeah, this Evelyn's not going to be able to carry.
There's always another wave.
From oof. Too good for you guys. Way too good for you guys. Not even a hope in hell for you. GG. Well, that was nice. That was a really, really good game. I almost don't want to play again because it was so good. Damn, that went so well. Everybody did good. All right, promoted Iron 2. Oh god, no wonder. All right. I think honestly, I think that's it for me, guys, for today. I cut it a little short tonight because we were a little late, and I got some stuff I gotta want to show the wife. So thank you guys so much for coming by. I appreciate you guys sticking around for the midweek market update, and we got the vibe play a little bit of video games, which is always nice. This is the only day during the week I get to play a little bit of some video games. Been so busy lately, but yo, thanks for coming on by. Make sure you guys take a look at Bitcoin. Looking for a short, starting a downtrend potentially. So keep your eyes peeled on that. And I gave you a potential short. First move down to 119.8 around there. So keep your eye out for that. And we'll see you guys next week. Actually, tomorrow's Thursday. So tomorrow we're actually doing the adoption podcast. We had to reschedule from Tuesday. Tuesday did not work out. So tomorrow night, 9 p.m. adoption podcast. Me and Mikkel will be live and we'll be chilling. We'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for coming by and take care.